Ayse Hogan, and welcome to the Chakra House of Healing Talk That Talk episode. Today I'm here with Tariq, as usual, and we have a special guest today. We have Chantal from the
Aha
Center.
The Aha Center.
Where you come to experience aha moments.
I like that. I like that. That's like, so there's a lot of new changes going on. So, you know, I've got some new stuff going on. You've got some new stuff going on. So tell me about the new clinic.
Well, what we realized over time was that we wanted a space where there would be a collective energy, where there would be more than just one person doing one modality.
Right.
I've been doing hypnosis for quite a while now, and the clinic that I had was only hypnosis.
Right.
But I came to realize, after having met a number of students, including yourself, that it would be wise to have a place where you would have a number of different modalities available. Because, you know, while hypnosis may work for me and you, it may not work for Chantal.
Right.
However, if she were to try maybe an energy healing technique with some aromatherapy, then that might connect and help that individual heal.
Okay.
And in my own life, I
that's a good
realized, you
idea.
know, I needed to have someone to support me, because if I'm working with clients consistently, as I'm sure you've discovered, you're giving a lot of yourself, you know, there's a lot of your energy that's going out, and so you need to have an opportunity to replenish the self. And so Chantal and I were, you know, talking about this, and she was
healers.
Yeah, and she was using aromatherapy. She's given me a few essential oils and a number of different applications to help manage like stress or pain or whatever. And so I thought, well, why not just create a place where we can have that type of collective where people can get together. And so we started to talk about it, and the aromatherapy and hypnosis work so well together that we thought we will just start something together.
And it's a really great idea because, you know, I think that, like, I have a certain healer now that I started working with, and we do an exchange with each other. And because when I first opened up the clinic, I was so excited to get to do what I'm doing. And, you know, compared to some of the people that I work with, I'm still like, I'm a newbie.
Right.
In comparison to many. So, you know, there's some things that I take for granted. Like, I know that I'm protected. And it was so odd. So the first month that I'm working, I go to see my mom, who's also a Reiki master. And I went to go see my mom, and I had these like really dark circles under my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And I never have dark, like, not like, it was like black, like somebody punched me. And I thought that, you know, I was trying to use like makeup remover, like thinking like maybe my mascara's running or something. Like, what is that? So I'm like, I don't know, but I was so tired. And I walked in, and my mom's like, what have you done to yourself? And I'm going, what are you talking about? She goes, don't you protect yourself? And I go, well, Mom, I'm always protected. She goes, you need to protect yourself more. She goes, people are coming in, they're not doing it on purpose, but their energy is plugging into yours because your frequency is higher, and just taking from you. And they don't mean to be doing it. It's just that they're coming in for help, you know, in the most basic form. And it's just like, you know, a plug, like a socket, right? Like they come in, and I was just being drained like a raisin, and I didn't even realize what was happening.
Oh, absolutely. And you need to have that place where you can go and allow yourself to heal and to replenish your stores so that you can then continue to do the work you do.
She used to come to the Aha Center.
That's right.
But I mean, and her and I have worked together. I mean, when I needed certain kind of balancing, I've seen Ayse for a number of things, and, you know, we've worked together.
Right.
We've talked about the work we've done on the show together. So we wanted to have that place where, and it's not just where other healers can come and, you know, work with each other and heal themselves, but it's a place where we're trying to create a community where individuals who are interested in things like Reiki but wonder what is Reiki or hypnosis and whether you're going to take over their mind, or, you know, faith healing, and what is that? We wanted to have a place where these individuals can come and share their knowledge and share their experience and, you know, educate the masses as much as possible so that people are more open to exploring alternatives and not get stuck in that paradigm of having to take that pill that has like that litany of side effects that could just make you worse. And we wanted to have this.
And we know what, we should really do something like that for healers too, because sometimes we work alone a lot.
We do.
And we get sort of stuck in our ways that we do things. And all these different people have also found their ways of doing things, and just sort of sharing together. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all here to help everybody, right? So
absolutely.
So it's not about this is mine. It's
we're
about,
all on the
you know,
journey together.
Let's teach each other.
And what we found, like, after we've finished work for a day, we would sit and have a coffee and just talk and, you know, connect and have that rapport that we share.
Right.
And even in just that conversation, we're kind of helping ourselves to unburden some of what we're carrying. So we created the space to be like a little cafe where people can kind of sit and
I've
have
been there.
that.
It's very cool. Yeah.
Right, and we're wanting to have we want to bring back the salons of the 18th century where people get together and sit and talk, and whether it's something intellectual or something spiritual, and combining the two.
It is, because you have that like kitchen with the espresso bar if you want, and all the little tables.
We never want to leave.
And
it's so
weird.
comfortable.
I get up in the morning and I think I can't wait to get in there, because the energy that we've created with the essential oils, and soon we're going to have crystals and all that in there. It's actually quite really strong. And I don't know if you remember, but we talked about maybe about 6 shows ago. We talked about mirror neurons and how just observing people around you, how it can actually start to trigger things within yourself based on the concept of mirror neurons. And it's something that I've been studying more after that show.
Right.
And I've come to realize that a lot of the times when healers burn out, they're picking up energy, absolutely. But it's also they're recognizing patterns and issues within their clients that they're working with, and it is literally triggering a physiological mechanism in your brain that could be awakening your own stuff. So having a place where you can go to that is there for you, but you're not attached to it, it's just there if you need it.
Right.
That's the idea of what we wanted to have with the AHA Center. And you're going to be there, so you're going to be there offering some presentations on what you do with chakra healing and the hypno Reiki. So it's like that. It's for people to be able to learn about. I
have to say, the hypno Reiki, I really want to share with people, because with other healers too. Because honestly, I've been working with it a lot lately, and it's part of something that I do with every client now in Twist.
Yes.
And how I always, we've all said people have the power to heal within them. So when we're using Reiki, and when we first did the show about it and we talked about it, I had just started discovering hypno Reiki and had put the thing together. But now that I use it all the time. And so when you involve that person, so Reiki in and of itself is awesome. We know that, right? But when you add the power of the person's own ability to heal themselves, as well as their own power of intention, as well as their own energy into this, holy crap. It works so amazingly. I love Reiki. It just works so good with everything. It's such a great modality.
I'm not getting that from you. I'm not getting that.
So have you considered adding another layer?
Bit. What's that?
Have you considered adding another layer to it? So with your hypno Reiki, then adding the aromatherapy.
Well, I do use something that's a balancing essential oil. Okay, so I do use that. It's got some spruce wood, hoe wood, frankincense, some blue tansy, and one other thing that's just going right over my head right now. So there is 5 really great, and it's great for grounding. So
I'm familiar with that one.
Yeah, so I do use that one for sure. I do bring in shamanism into it a lot too, especially when they have a lot of energy blocks. So sometimes when I'm even using the drum with them to sort of loosen up those energy blocks, I actually have them hold the sides of the drum because the vibration begins to loosen up the energy blocks. And I knew that it would work well. The feeling I had inside, my instinctual was that it would work well, but the way that it's working and how quickly it actually, because the client's so involved in their own healing that it's just amazing when you take them on that physical journey and visual journey, and they're in there and I'm telling them to do this and telling them to do that and go in and grab this and take it out, and we're doing all of this stuff, and it's just holy.
Isn't it fascinating when you do something like that and you can see almost instantly in front of your eyes, you can see something happening.
And then they leave and I sit down and I'm like, that was super cool. That was really great.
So we are actually working also on developing, Chantal does acupressure massage with aromatherapy.
Okay.
And I'm a big believer that some energy, emotional energy, can be stored in the body. If you've had a trauma, if you've had just regular life happening to you, sometimes we hold on to emotions and it's stored in the body. So I'm a big believer in things like, body work and body psychotherapy and kind of releasing what's held in the physical body. So I thought, why not combine hypnosis with the acupressure to, work on some points to release what's there, and then to give the positive suggestions while the client is in the trance state, and use the aromatherapy to anchor all of that in. So that's what we're going to be talking about, as well as you and I continue to do some work together. So it'll be good.
And I think that's the whole purpose.
It's endless. It's endless. And it's really great when you get, and that's the whole thing. I found that sometimes, let's talk about human beings in general. We create something and then we're so much so worried sometimes that someone's going to take it away from us, or, you know, they're going to use it. And, you know, and it's just, but what we do, it should never be that way, right? It should never be that way. It should be, we all have the same purpose at the end of the day of what we want to do. So is there ownership of that?
Right. And I mean, we're all part of that collective, you know, and I'm a firm believer in when I'm doing something for someone else, it's also benefiting me. I'm not doing it, I'm not helping you just to benefit me, but I recognize that there is an inherent value that is for me in the doing for another.
Right.
So we wanted to have that as kind of the mindset and maybe the ethos of the space that we're creating.
That's awesome. We're going to have to head for a second to a Zen break, and we'll be right back.
Hi, it's Tariq Sattaur of the Ontario Hypnosis Centre, here with you for another quick Zen break. In a few of the episodes, we've talked about how the mind affects the body and how the body affects the mind. And if you were to pay attention to whenever you're having a bad day, you may notice that you tend to be kind of slouchy and slumpy. You tend to fold in on yourself because maybe you're trying to hide. So if you want to overcome feelings of negativity or feeling low, then change your posture. If you're like this when you feel down, then imagine how you would feel if you were to energize yourself. Just lifting your arms up, smiling as you do, even if you feel down, will help to naturally elevate your mood. So, big breaths, hands up in the air, a big smile on your face, and you'll find your posture can help you change your mood.
Hi, welcome back, and we're going back to the AHA Clinic. So, AHA.
Yes.
Let me just talk about AHA for a second. Those AHA moments.
Well, you know, we're looking to bring as many different ways of understanding energy into the center. So even the word aha, numerologically speaking, adds up to
Say
like
again?
Numerologically speaking. You know I have my words like specificity. Anyway, but numerologically speaking, it's a big word. It's got a certain significance to it. We're looking to create, you know, there's a feng shui in the space that allows energy to flow. The number of different techniques that will be offered there will be based on the individual practitioners that are there. But, you know, just by us being together and having conversations, we're coming up with ideas. And we're wanting the place to be a place where you can go, where the healers aren't masters and they're not, you know, someone that's so far out of reach that you can't relate to them. Like, we will be sharing the challenges that we're facing as well too. We'll be talking about our own spiritual journey, the challenges we've had and the challenges that we're currently still having. Right. Because that's part of the journey, and we want
and that's how we grow.
Yeah, we want our community to know that, you know, when you're having a struggle, it's not lovely, you're not enjoying it, but you can find meaning and purpose in that struggle. And if you have a place where you can feel support, and I think what you're doing with the Chakra House of Healing is something like that. You know, people can just go online and find a video and hear someone talking about their journey, as many of your guests have talked about, and they can find hope in the resolutions that your guests have found through many different approaches. So I think it's very important, you know, for those of us who have gone through a struggle or who are going through struggles, but we're finding purpose and meaning. We're able to find that light in that dark place to tell their story. And, you know, we've done that. Like, we've opened up to a number of people who've come and we've shared, and people are sharing in return. So it's great. And I think, you know, you're kind of doing that with the show and kind of setting that trend out there as well too. So kudos.
Well, thank you. I mean, we're all doing it in our own way.
Yeah.
And I think as long as like we continue to share and we continue to stay open and then we continue to help each other, it's only going to benefit everybody else.
Absolutely.
That's out there that is looking to people like us
and
to
you know,
help them.
I think one of the struggles that
and
we're having.
You know, you're always going to run across that difficult client. You know, you're always going to run across that thing that maybe, you know, it's like, you know, how do I go about this without, you know, in the best possible way, where you have different avenues you could take, but you want to do the best one for that person. And you want to be able to pick up the phone and be like, hey, Tariq, or, you know, Chantal, like, you know, do you guys know someone, or is there someone that I can call that, you know, has maybe experienced something like this?
Right.
And, you know, that we can sort of bang ideas off of each other.
That was the whole purpose of the center for us. It was the collective. We understood that we were all
the collective
trying
consciousness, right? Yeah.
We were all trying to do things on our own and often struggling with our own challenges, and being the healer and being the drained healer, not feeling like you had someone that you could go to for that support. Because there's also, I think, the mentality sometimes that we need to be the stronger one, we need to know better, we need to do more self-care. But oftentimes
or that we're already healed.
We may
and
not.
I don't think that
Yes.
that's how are we?
There's that misconception.
There's always something to work on.
Absolutely. Even on our drive here today, we were talking about, we've seen things that are kind of magical or miraculous in a way, and we still are like, is that real? And it's not doubt and it's not uncertainty, but it's that desire to want to have that connection. And I feel it's great to question and to ask and to come from that genuine place of questioning and asking. But if I'm sitting in my room by myself questioning, I'm gonna go a little batty after a while. So it's good to have that community where you can have objective feedback, you can have input from other people. You and I have had some really deep conversations. That trip to Boston was awesome. We talked nonstop for that time, and look at how much we were able to cover. And there was healing just driving in the car.
Right? Yeah. No. We did. We did hit a lot of stuff.
There.
And it was funny because I had asked him something. I'd just been learning NLP, and I was having this problem dealing with like some of the issues of NLP. And so I said to him, I still don't get this one thing. And then all of a sudden you started like quizzing me on something and asking me question after question. I felt like I was being interrogated. Inside me, I was like, why is he bugging me like this, right? So I was just answering the questions and answering the questions and answering the questions. And with every answer I gave him, he asked me another question. And I was like, what are you doing? Have we been in the car for too long? And he goes, welcome to NLP.
But you see, that's it. And you learn, right? Like you got those skills and it's really easy for you to do things like that now. So, and that's it. So such amazing things can happen when you least expect it.
Right.
And so that's what we want to have. A little miraculous space for ahas.
Right. Now I'm all in.
And you will be there, yes.
I'm always all in. So that's awesome, and I'm glad you opened it. And did you even know that when you got that space that it was going to turn into that?
Nope. It was literally like I had written an article for Chantal. She works with the Canadian Federation of Aromatherapists, and I'm the keynote speaker for their AGM coming up. So I wrote an article on using essential oils as an anchor. We use it in hypnosis to create an association. And as I did the research for the article, I came up with information that was quite astounding and how powerful essential oils and the olfactory anchor can be. So I was literally just looking to work with her, to use her aromatherapy, her essential oils with my hypnosis. That was it. But, one thing led to another, and suddenly doors and things were happening, and okay, let's just go with it and see where it goes.
And that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
And that's the way
I
it
remember
goes.
the day he got the space and I went in for the first time, and it was still so unreal, and we started talking about the possibilities and what we could do with it. And then I think it was within a few days, I started bringing furniture in and I started redecorating. He texted me and he goes, this is really happening. And I'm like, damn right, honey, it's happening.
Well,
it's
because you
happening
need a
right
woman's
now.
touch with that, because Tar's a little slow.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to deny that.
But
It's up to him. It's like 2 chairs,
Yeah.
and it's like 2 fold-up
I
chairs.
noticed that, yeah. In hospital bed.
Minimalist. Let's just call it minimalist, okay?
Yeah, let's use that word. Anyways, thanks a lot for coming out,
you.
and we will keep everybody in touch
Absolutely.
about what's happening at the clinic. And I'm so excited that you guys are doing this, and it's a great place for healers to go and to be able to even just call the healer helpline
I like that.
and be able to share with each other. Thanks so much again for coming out. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. Any show ideas, anything that you want to know about, please share them with me. We like to thank our sponsors, and thank you for coming out. Have a great day.